Hi, my loves. Welcome back to the Starscartel channel. If you don't know, I'm Star. The message I heard is, yeah, so throw it away. The scripture comes from 2 Thessalonians 2 and 4. Who is opposing and is raising himself up above all called God or worship, so as for him to have sat down in the temple of God, proclaiming that he is God. So here's the message. God said for somebody, okay? God said for somebody, do not ever put yourself in a position to where God tell you that something is going to happen and you tell him what you think is going to happen. Because God said what he said and he meant what he said. And don't ever think that you are so high and mighty and you are so amazing and you are so gifted and you are so smart that you can outsmart God. Okay? Because you have to remember that God is the one that gave you the smarts. God is the one that made you high and mighty. God is the one that brought you up from where you came from. And that's just what it is. And God said, God is saying he is the one that gave it and he is also the one that can take it away. So be careful, tread lightly when it comes to, you know what I'm saying, trying to beef up your chest at God, you know what I'm saying, because God can snap his fingers and somebody will lose their mind, you know what I'm saying? So, like, for real. And it's scary. And as somebody that used to work on the psych ward, baby, God not playing when he say that. He can snap his fingers and you forget what date it is. You forget what your name is. You forget who you know and who you don't know. God said, do not play with him. When he said that something is going to happen, it's going to happen. When something is going to be, it's going to be. Ain't no fighting. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of what this pertains to, regardless if it's a situation where God told you that the job, the position that you in, he don't want you in that position. He want to have something else for you. Or if God told you that somebody is supposed to be working a certain position, you know, I just feel like it could even be a situation where God told you that who he have for you, or God told you that somebody, a specific person, is not for you. Don't fight with God. Don't fight it. God told you he don't want you to go somewhere, or God told you he do want you to do this, he don't want you to do that. Listen to what God said. Because God says that if you try to disobey what he wants you to do, all you going to do is make things harder for yourself. It's not like, and that's just like the message. Okay, then throw it all away. You know what I'm saying? Because if you disobey what God tell you to do, you are basically throwing away the future that he has promised you. Like, if God is telling you that a specific person is for you and another person is not, or, you know what I'm saying? Like, that will be like if God tell you that somebody is for you and you insist on going after somebody God told you is not for you, you are basically throwing away your future with the person that is for you. And not only will you end up missing out on the person that God have for you, but you are also not going to end up with the person that you chasing after because they not for you. And I don't know who needs to hear that. It don't matter. It don't matter how you see it. It don't matter how you feel. You know what I'm saying? Feelings can change. Love can change. You know what I'm saying? And when it's not intended for people to be together, it's just not. Simultaneously, if it's intended for somebody to be together with somebody else, if that's what it is, God said he gonna have his way, period. He's gonna have his way. So it ain't no point in fighting it. Ain't no point in trying to argue with God about what he said. But I want this but I want that. God said he not worried about what you want. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like it's too many people that are so up on, like, for somebody it's an appearance thing. Like, maybe you know what I'm saying? If you are in a position, like maybe you're in a religious position and you want to be with somebody that's also in a religious position. Like, you know what I'm saying? Maybe you expect that, you know what I'm saying, if you're a prophet, you're going to end up with a pastor. Or you're a pastor, so you have to be with another pastor. And y'all have to be this big power couple. And y'all have to do this and y'all have to do that. That is not for everybody. Period. You know what I'm saying? It's not good to be all up on appearances anyway. And this is coming from somebody where I literally I am visually being seen every day. You know what I'm saying? From all kinds of people, you know what I'm saying? All over the place. But at the same time, appearances is not everything. It's not going to be a situation where, you know what I'm saying? I just feel like God is saying you cannot expect that everything is going to go the way you want it to go. It's going to go the way God wanted to go. And you may be in a situation where you end up with somebody that's not who you thought. It's not who you expected. They don't have the job you expected. They don't live the lifestyle you expected. You know what I'm saying? That's just like, some people, they love attention. They want to be up under somebody all day, every day. But simultaneously, God may put you with somebody that work all the time. And it's not that God is being cruel, but you know what I'm saying? How else do you expect to survive? How else do you expect bills to get paid? How else? God is like, I'm sorry for laughing, but it's like, wow, I'm hearing this and it's funny. Like, how else do you expect the lights to stay on? How else do you expect bills? Like, seriously. God is saying for somebody, you know what I'm saying, you are you pick a struggle, you know what I'm saying? Either you gonna have somebody up under you all day and y'all gonna be in the dark, baby. Or you gonna have somebody that's gonna be gone, but the lights is on, baby. Pick one, okay? I'm sorry for laughing, y'all. But God said, literally, by you trying to force something that God said is not for you, you're not doing nothing but oppressing yourself. You are becoming your own oppressor. Because you don't know what God have for you in the future. Just because somebody working a lot now don't mean it's always gonna be that way. Simultaneously, just because somebody all up under you right now don't mean it's always gonna be that way. Just because, you know what I'm saying, somebody act like they love you so much and they care so much about you don't mean it's always gonna be that way. Just because somebody acting standoffish don't mean it's always gonna be that way. God said he is the one that holds everything in his hands. He is the one that can see everything from point A to Z. Okay, not B, Z. And because he can see everything from A to Z, he is the Alpha and the Omega, meaning he knows everything. He was here from the beginning to the end. He knows everything. He knows everything. There is nothing that you can say out of your mouth to convince him that what you talking about is right, because he even knew you was gonna say that before you said it. God said, "Go sit down." Okay, and do as he asked you to. He wants you to do what he asked you to, and you're going to be with who he wants you to be with. You are going to do the things that he is asking you to do. There's no and, ifs, or buts about it. God said he's not going to argue with you today or tomorrow, and he don't want you trying to argue with him today or tomorrow. And that's the message. Okay, you are not God. Okay, you don't have no control or authority over this here. And that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? And I know it's going to be at least one person in the comment section. How do I not have control over my own life? You have free will. But understand, if you go against what God is saying, just like I said, if you insist on chasing after somebody that's not for you, you're going to end up in a situation where your heart going to be broken. If you insist on working a job that's not for you, you're going to be in a situation where down the line, you're going to wish you would have listened to what God said. If you insist on being friends with people that God said are not really your friends, you're going to be in a situation where your heart can get broken once again, but by a friend. Your feelings could get hurt. Somebody could try to do you some kind of harm. Like God is saying, everything that he is telling you, everything that he is instructing you to do, is not a situation where it's going to harm you. Even if you feel like it is. God is not going to do anything. God will not tell you anything. God will not lead you to do anything that's going to cause you any kind of harm. He only wants to help you. And that's the message. Thank you guys for watching. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Deuces.